Welcome to Teacher Ideas Bootcamp. This is Roger Bright. This video will cover creating email lists using the instructional planning tool, first class ideas, and Excel. I know Excel can be intimidating to people. Don't worry. We're only going to be in Excel for a moment, and it's going to be really, really easy. To get to the instructional planning tool, the IPT portal, you need to open EdConnect. If you're working from home and you're not sure how to get there, type edconnect.sdhc.k12.fl.us and press enter. Once you are there, left click on the word student in the very top menu. Hover your cursor over student info and the yellow submenu you see above will appear. In the lower left corner of the yellow submenu is the instructional planning tool, or IPT. Log into IPT just as you did to get into EdConnect, or you would to get into Edsby. First, identify the course for which you want to create the email list. I'll select my Advanced Honors Civics classes from the drop-down menu that will appear. After you select the course, scroll down. Scroll down until you see an option for Class Contact List under Grade Reports, and then left-click it. This will create a contact list for all of the classes you teach for this course. For privacy reasons, I had to block out pretty much all of the information on here. But when you open this screen, you will see all the information for your students. From here, export the list to an Excel document by pressing the Excel logo in the upper right corner. Before we move on to the Excel document, we need to do a little prep work. Log into First Class Ideas and open up a new blank email message. After you do that, then go to the Excel document you created previously. Highlight the data for your student's legal guardian by left-clicking on the letter B. Once you see the data highlighted, right-click on the letter B. This will cause the drop-down menu you see to appear. Left-click on the word Copy. Now you should see a dotted line moving around the data. It is now time to go back to that new Ideas email that we had created earlier. Right-click anywhere in the body of the document you created earlier, and the menu to the left will appear. Left-click where it says Paste Plain Text. You may have a lot of different options for pasting. Be sure you click the one that says Paste Plain Text. Your data should now appear in your message. If you don't see it, try to scroll up. It may have pasted it and moved you so far to the bottom as to be out of sight of the data. Before you can move the data to an address list, you need to clean it up. Within the data are a bunch of quotation marks that will jam up what we are trying to accomplish, and we need to get rid of those. Right-click anywhere in the message section to open up a drop-down menu. Left-click the word Find. Not Find Next as is highlighted in the field, but Find as indicated by the arrow. Again, left-click Find. A new pop-up menu will appear. Type a single quotation mark in the Replace box and leave the With box blank in the pop-up. If you want to be safe, you can actually click into the With box and press the space bar once. Our goal is to replace all of the quotation marks in our data with nothing. Make sure none of the 4 boxes in the pop-up are checked. If they are, uncheck them. Then press Replace All. Your data should now be cleaned up and the unwanted quotation marks should be gone. Now go to your mailbox and create a new contact list. First, left-click the down arrow next to the mail icon with the word New. From the drop-down menu, left-click New Mail List. This will create a new personal mail list. Click, hold, and drag the new list to the far right side of your screen so you can have the message with your data and the new mail list share the same screen. Before we move the data, let's rename the list. Left-click in the box where it says New Mail List in the text box next to name, and it will highlight the text. Type in whatever name you want for this list. I'm calling it Renamed List. Do not press OK at this point. You don't want to press OK until we're completely done with the list. Now click on the message where you have your contact data. Highlight some of the data by left-clicking, holding, and dragging your cursor down the list. It will turn dark blue. If you have a very long list, you want to do this in several sections, as massive amounts of data tend to jam up first-class ideas when trying to create mail lists. Then left-click on any of the dark blue highlighted data, hold it, and drag it over to the box that says Members on the new mail list. Then let go of the left button. You will see that the chunk of data you highlighted is now no longer in the message, but is now in the new mail list. You will also see that all of the data is there, including stuff we don't want in the data, like people's names, phone numbers. Don't worry, Ideas will get rid of the garbage data and only store the email addresses. Click to make sure your new mail list is scrolled all the way to the bottom, and then copy, left-click, and drag the next chunk of data over to the list. Repeat the process until all of the data has been moved over. Once all the data has been moved over, you can click the OK button on the personal mail list. A pop-up will ask you if you want to save the changes to the renamed list. To save, left-click, Save. If you want to keep working, you can click Cancel, and if for some reason you don't like the list and have to start over, click Don't Save. To make sure it's saved, go to your Ideas desktop and left-click Contacts. Left-click on your new list to open it. As you can see, all the unwanted data is gone, and we are left with a clean, usable email list. You can add to this list at any time by scrolling to the bottom and typing in addresses manually and then pressing Enter. Or you can drag and drop large chunks of data the same way you did when you first created it. Sending group emails to parents using Blind CC. It is very important that when sending out a group email using your new list that you use the blind carbon copy feature. If you don't, you risk giving each parent the email address for every other parent who's included on your list, and that may make for some angry parents. Begin by opening a new message the same way you always would. Type your subject, but when you get to the To box, or who you're sending it to, type your own name or email address. Then left-click on View in the top menu. A drop-down menu will appear, and a third of the way up from the bottom, you will see Show BCC. Left-click on Show BCC. Start typing the name of your list in the blind carbon copy box. If you pause, a menu will appear with all the lists that start with the letters you already typed. Left-click on the list you want to add it to the blind carbon copy line. Now, just type out your message and send it the way you normally would. I found that when I started sending regular group emails, that it improved my relationships with my parents tremendously. I hope this does the same for you.